Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be going over factoring quadratics. So the first couple of problems are like the ones you might have seen before where you factor out the GCF. So for number one, the GCF of n to the second and n is just n. And when you factor that out, you have two n's, but you factored out one, so you're left with one. Then there's technically a 1 in front of this one, so we're going to put minus 1, and then the n here gets factored out. So that's our answer. On number 2, it's very similar. So we've got v to the second and 3v. So our GCF is v. When we factor that out, we're left with v minus 3, and that's it. So after this, for the most part, the problems are different. They have trinomials. So we're going to look at number 16. So when we factor these ones, we're going to set up two sets of parentheses. So there's not a lot of work to show on these, but it is a lot of mental math and a lot of steps to remember. So you're going to take the r to the second and split it up into r and r. Then you're going to take the last number and you're going to multiply to get that one. And then because we have a plus here, we're going to add to get 12. Okay, so numbers that multiply to give me 35, that add to give me 12 are 7 times 5. And the order does not matter in your parentheses. You could put 7 first, you could put 5 first. Does not matter. Okay? Then, because this sign was positive, that's good. That means that everybody gets along and they're the same sign. So they're both going to be this sign, which is plus. So you're going to put pluses in both your parentheses. With number 18, we're going to set it up the same way. So set up our parentheses. Split up the x to the second into x and x. And then 8, we can do 2 times 4. And then we're adding to get 6, which 2 plus 4 is 6. So 2 and 4 are my numbers. Sometimes we have numbers where we don't use the first pair that comes to mind. So sometimes that happens. So we look back at that last sign, and because it's plus, that means both the signs are the same, and the other one tells me what they are. So both my signs are minus. Okay, let's look at number 20. So we set up our parentheses. We have x and x. Now I've got 4, but I want a minus to get 3. So the numbers that multiply to give me 4, that minus to give me 3, well, when I think of 4, I think of 2 times 2. But 2 minus 2 is not equal to 3. Okay? So that's not going to work. So we're going to do 1 times 4, and then 4 minus 1 does give me 3. So that works, 1 and 4. Okay? And now that our signs here are different, now that our sign here is a negative, that means that our signs in our parentheses are conflicting. They're not the same, okay? So what I do is the bigger number is going to win, and the bigger number is going to win a plus. So we put a plus there and a minus there, and that's my answer. Okay? Let's look at number 19. So we're going to set up our parentheses. So we have x and x. 14 is 2 times 7, and I want to add to get 9, and 2 plus 7 is 9. So we're going to do 2 and 7. Because this is a plus, that means both our signs are the same, and they're both minus. And that's it. So for the next one, number 17, we're going to set up both our parentheses. And we get n and n. And then because we have, we're going to multiply to get 6. So 2 and 3, 2 times 3 gives me 6. And we're going to minus to get, technically there's a 1 there. And 2 minus 3 is 1. So we're going to do 2 and 3. Then we have a minus here, so we are in conflict, okay? The conflict gets resolved, and the bigger number wins, a plus. And that's it. And last example I'm going to go over is number 15. So we're going to set up our parentheses, split up the x's, and then 18 we can multiply 2 times 9 to get 18, and 3 times 6 to get 18, and also 1 times 18. But I don't need all of those, okay? But we're minusing to get 3. 2 minus 9, or 9 minus 2 is not 3, so that's out. 3 minus 6 is 3, or 6 minus 3 is 3, so that works, okay? So we're going to use 3 and 6, and then 1 and 18 isn't going to work. So because of that sign, we are in conflict, so we look here, and the bigger number gets the minus. So the 6 gets the minus, the 3 gets the plus. And that's how you do that worksheet. The only thing I want to add on is for number 8, you're going to rewrite n to the second plus 0n minus 25 and factor that. It is a little tricky, but it's not that bad if you use the rules we've been talking about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.